Hello, GenderqueerChat viewers. Welcome to Fridays with Christina. Today the topic is how do you deal with gendered things like clothes shopping, bathrooms, forums, etc. Okay, so first off, with most of these things, I generally pick female because forums, bathrooms, for sake of simplicity, if I only have two choices, generally speaking, I go for female. However, clothes and my gender presentation, I almost always go male. Except, I have to wear a bra, so that's... Other than that, generally speaking, almost all the time, it's pretty much always male, men's clothing that I go into. So, just because I like that shape, that look on me, as opposed to women's clothing I don't quite like as much. For my own personal style. Yeah, okay. So bathrooms, I don't really think that I pass as male, generally speaking, unless I wear a binder, and even then I would hesitate to do that, because, I would hesitate to, if someone found out, what my body is, what sex my body is, then that could be not the best situation. So generally speaking, for bathrooms, I would go into the ladies' room, but I do like it when there's gender-neutral, usually single-stall bathrooms. That's nice. I have seen a few places that have that. And yeah, sometimes the gender-neutral rooms are family rooms or handicap stalls or whatever, but I don't know. There are some gender-neutral single-stall bathrooms. I don't think I've ever seen a unisex bathroom that has more than one stall. I don't think I've seen that yet. So there's that. So that's nice. And forms, if it's like everyone else has said, if it's government, then that's my only legally recognized gender is female. So simply, I usually put down female. If it's not government, and it's like, why do they need this? Usually it's for demographics or statistics or whatever, but if I can help it, yeah, I'll probably pick to not say what my gender is. I pick. And I have had that opportunity a few times. With social networking sites, like, okay, Facebook, generally speaking, I prefer female pronouns. Although if I had the option, of course this doesn't quite make sense, I would put down, like, that I'm androgynous or something, and then still have female pronouns. Just because I don't quite identify with, like, they or other gender-neutral pronouns. It doesn't quite, I don't know, click with me. So all I can put down is female for that, even though it's not 100% accurate, certainly. Video games is an interesting one that someone else brought up. Now, if I cannot choose the gender of my character in the game, then it doesn't really have an effect on me. It's not like, I think Andrea said that if the character is male, then she, has brings out more masculine qualities or whatever. And if the character's female, that doesn't really, I don't know if that really applies to me. I'm not sure. Of course, I don't even know if most video game characters aren't female anyways, usually, the majority of the time they aren't, so I don't know, I can't think of any at the moment. Yeah, no, if I can choose the gender of my character, I don't know, I think it depends on the game. If it's like The Sims, okay, this one time I had The Sims, I bought The Sims 3 like 3 years ago, and I chose to have myself as a female, and then I had like this alter ego. I'm an only child, but I made this person like my brother, and I had an alter ego that was male. So that was interesting. So I had both in my game. Yeah, I don't know if it's. I'm just trying to think of other games where you can choose the gender. I don't know. I think I would generally choose female, but like Guitar Hero. There are some pretty cool females in that, or Rock Band or whatever. Actually, Rock Band, can you even choose the character? I don't know. Guitar Hero, you can though. But in any case, yeah, I don't know. There's not much else I could say. So, generally speaking, I choose female or I don't know, in gendered situations or something. If I can, then I'll avoid choosing anything, which would probably be preferable. Yeah, it's usually I don't choose male. That's a rarity, because it's, I don't know, for no reason except for clothes. Oh, and I forgot to mention something that I would think applies to this topic, but I haven't heard other people mention it. Is gendered situations like sometimes groups or clubs that just allow one gender, like women or men or whatever. I think generally I would avoid those things because I think I'd rather deal with places where all genders are welcome, or at the very least, men and women are welcome. Because as I don't really feel entirely like a woman, and I don't really feel entirely like a man, I would prefer not to be a part of those sorts of things. Although it would be cool if I were to ever be able to get into like an all-men's choir, because I have a male-type voice, but they still don't really let me into those sorts of things, so oh well. So I think I'm rambling now, so I better stop. Yeah, so that's about all I can say. See you next week. Bye.